Hey, hey, VC, what's going on? It's the Zonk Man. Hope everybody's doing good. Well, my glare's pretty bad right there. Oh well. We'll just deal with it. I haven't done a video in a while. We'll go ahead and knock this out. So, hope everybody's doing good. The Zonk Man's been out of it. Been on first shift. Turned me into an old man. I'm looking to go to bed by 9 o'clock. But anyway, talk about that stuff. I did get to go on a dig with my nephew. My nephew, Caden, he's probably not watching out there. He's gotten into getting some records this year, maybe. I don't know if he had received some records for holidays or anything like that to kind of get him into it or whatever. But so it's real cool to have somebody to take digging, basically. So I go pick him up after work on a Saturday, and then like Saturday evening we're gonna like shoot to Underdog, Hippo Records, McKays in Greensboro, and we're just gonna go at it like madmen. So I knew one thing that I wanted to pick up, brand new album. Start right here. Kendra Morris, I Am What I'm Waiting For. This is her new album, just came out on Friday. I guess it was last Friday. Whoa, that glare's horrible. I should do something about that. Anyway, I'll just try to put the good angle on there. Kendra Morris is that neo R&B soul type stuff. Of course, New York. The gatefold shows a lot of photography around New York subway. On the insert, there's some photography around New York. This is a good record. I've listened to both sides. I have to get into it a little bit more, but it's a great record. So yeah, that we started at Underdog. Boom, I know I was going to get that. And then it was just kind of go through the stuff. My nephew is he's still kind of real straight and narrow. I'm looking for this particular band. I need these couple albums to have their whole discography of studio stuff or whatever. And he might do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I'm just going to keep rolling with what I got. Hiroshima. Another Place. Is that what it's called? Yes. Another Place, Still in the Shrink, 1985. This is jazz from that era, so it is smooth jazz, contemporary jazz. Of course, it has the Asian flair with the I don't even know the instruments, but it really gives it that. You know that it's Japanese. This thing is in immaculate condition. Killer to get this. This is smooth stuff, and it wasn't very expensive at all. Here's another one, Devo, and I forget the name of this one. New Traditionalists. Devo, New Traditionalists. Y'all are probably familiar with this record. It was listed as VG Plus, so therefore it was like super cheap. And even Jonathan Owner was like, really, it plays more like VG. And so I was like, yeah, you're always real conservative with your grading. So I'm not really familiar with this record. Just to add it to Devo, and then I need Are We Not Men, We Are Devo. I need that, and then that'll round out. I've got another Devo record, so that's probably about all I need. We're going to keep rolling. Spirit. 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. Y'all are familiar with this record too. 1971 to 70. 69? 69. I don't know. This is supposed to have a slight psych pop type deal going on. So, and then this is actually a copy in great condition. It's gatefold, so it is not like the early pressing. It's orange Epic label. All right, here we go with some more stuff. This is all just kind of like Harry Chapin, Verities and Balderdash. What's this you say? Cats in the Cradle. And really, yes, did I get it for one song? Probably. And of course, I'm familiar with Cats in the Cradle because of Ugly Kid Joe doing the cover in the 90s. So I was like, what? This is a cover? So probably back then I went and listened to it and was like, ah, Ugly Kid Joe's version is way better. Um, so this is actually a real good record, and it's that singer songwriter, kind of folky maybe, or just kind of like pop, and it's probably because the era. Oh no, it's '74, so it's not really trying to be psychedelic. That cover's kind of trippy with the different colors and stuff on it, but it's not necessarily any kind of psychedelia. This is a classic everybody knows. Joe Cocker with a little help from my friends. Of course, this is 1969. Joe Cocker, Woodstock. Joe Cocker. This record has been well loved. One thing I didn't know, man, Clueless. Y'all know that cat. Y'all probably know Jimmy Page played on this record. Steve Winwood played on this record. I about lost the record. Old A&M. And of course the hits, Feeling Alright, and With a Little Help from My Friends. And there's only a couple songs that were actually written by Joe Cocker. Everything else is from somebody else. So, of course, With a Little Help from My Friends, you know, the Beatles, Just Like a Woman's, Bob Dylan. Even Feeling Alright was written by Dave Mason, which y'all know Dave Mason, Traffic, and some solo stuff. Keep Rolling, Rock Hooter, Bop Till You Drop. This is an interesting album. Of course, the Rycooter thing is probably initially I got interest because of Mazzy. But this particular record, this is 1979. I'm going to read you this. Y'all need to. About this digital recording. This is 1979. There's no barcode on that. And this is, what is the record company? It's Warner Brothers. So, yeah, it's Warner Brothers label. Trying to get it without the glare anyway. I'm going to read you what this says. This album was recorded on 3M multi-track digital equipment, which, rather than modeling sound into magnetism in the mode of conventional analog machines, samples around at the rate of 50,000 times a second and records its characteristics numerically. Digital equipment can encode and play back at 20 cycles to over 20,000 cycles without noise and harmonic distortion produced by analog recordings. No generation loss, noise buildups, or loss of presence occurs with this form of recording through mixdown and tape transfers. The result is that music sounds cleaner, brighter, and more dimensional. So, digital. I don't know, is this before I don't know the whole digital. Is this before the Roxy Music Avalon record? So anyway, interesting stuff to add to your whole analog versus digital. I love it. Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Recently, Steve Carlson had shown the second album. This is the first album, second album. So I was like, yeah, I'll get the first two. So y'all should be familiar with that. I'm not as familiar unless there's a hit on here. I know there's a hit on the other record. Oh no, this had If You Want to Get to Heaven. If You Want to Get to Heaven is the hit off this first Ozark Mountain Daredevils self-titled LP. Okay, so we went crazy. Okay, so we went to Underdog. Okay, you good? Went to my nephew. You good? Okay, yeah, we're gonna make it to Hippo when they close. Okay, they close now. By the time we get over there, we'll have 45 minutes. So we did Hippo and Winston. Now there is two Hippos. Kind of ran around there a little bit. Talked to Adam. Adam is cool. He even ran the show before it was Hippo and it was Earshot. Got this Queens of the Stone Age, End Times New Roman. End Times New Roman, whatever that means. I got to give this some more listen. I'm a Queens fan, but Josh, he gets a little, I don't know, not so artsy-fartsy, but he gets to, I've already done that, so I want to do something different, kind of attitudes. So sometimes it's hard to follow if you're like a fan of, I like those first three, I'm a McKays fan, I like those first three Queens records, and then the rest of them's kind of like, I don't know what that dude was doing. But anyway, I always kind of get Queens. So Hippo nephew got a couple things at Hippo, maybe only one record at Hippo in Winston. So what they did, their hours are staggered. So they close at 7 in Winston, but they close at 8 in Greensboro. So we said, screw it. We told Adam, like, we're gonna run to Hippo in Greensboro before they close. So we ran around there. Of course, Patrick's there. I appreciate Patrick for being very patient with my nephew. He always goes up the counter. He's like, I got another question. I got another question. So he definitely makes the store owner earn his money with questions and whatnot. But he's new. He's learning. He's open. He's absorbing like a sponge. So I think he might not be one of these young generation that do it and then like, it's not fun anymore. I think he's kind of his attitude about it is kind of in for the long haul. So we went. Of course, Patrick is always stronger with heavy metal and a lot of the harder stuff. So he found. I think he found 4 or 5 records he was looking for at Greensboro and Hippo. So and then I found a few things too. Earthless, From the Ages. This is a recent reissue, 2022 of a 2014, and of course, y'all, Earthless. Yeah, I'm not the greatest Earthless fan. In fact, I'm trying to see when this. No, this is actually a 2021 reissue on Nuclear Blast. I think it's a 2014 originally released. That Stoner Doom stuff, man. Of course, this is 2 LPs. Cool ass artwork. And most of their stuff is without vocals. The newer album has maybe half the album's vocals. There might be a track on this that has vocals. Usually not much. But anyway, this was used. So, one thing I want to say about that, I just recently seen a couple of Earthless, and there was some Somalia Yacht Club. There were some cool stoner reissues used at McKays in Winston, and they were priced like the used was the new price that you get at the record store. And I'm like, what? It's not even good to get new used records there anymore. It's bad enough they overpriced the classic rock and everything, but now you can't even get those records there anymore. But these were fabulously priced. Here's another one. Earthless, Rhythm from a Cosmic Sky. And I want to say this might be originally 2011. Cool artwork. This is a single LP, but then also came with a 7-inch. One-sided. That's cool. Cool stuff all there. All the inserts and everything. All that stuff still with it, of course. Boom, and here's one more. Yob Atma. Same thing. Maybe this is a 2022 reissue. This is a 2022 reissue of a 2012 record, I believe. Yob Atma, right there, it'll tell you all about it. Stoner stuff, great stuff. So we had spent like crazy money, and we're saying, we'll still go to McKays. We'll only get something if it's absolutely gotta have it, and it's not priced way out too high. And of course, we both found 0 there. So McKays is keep giving 2 thumbs down. There is people there buying that stuff up for those prices though, or they wouldn't sell them. So that's driving me crazy. I know even me only being collecting in the last 5 years or so drives you guys that have been collecting, never stopped messing with vinyl records, mad when I make the dollar records go to 10. Now the dollar records from 10, 15 years ago, like the infamous Fleetwood Mac rumors, is like $20 and $25, which blows people's minds. All right, so I want to get on here. Hopefully this isn't too long, too crappy, 15 minutes. Let's shut her down. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm going on vacation. Then when I come back, it is time to start packing. So there'll probably only be one more video here. I am going to do a room tour video before I shut this thing down. And we'll just see how that goes. Yeah, moving sucks.